I'm Pastor Ramon Smith, and this is Pastor Rhonda. And we're back doing our SUMC Cares podcast, and we're excited to have two very important people who are doing the Lord's work and blessing the lives of young people. Molly Cox, she's a counselor at Saginaw Elementary School, as well as Jane Ann Kretz. She's a member here at Saginaw UMC and is involved in the Kids Hope program. And Kids Hope is what we're here to talk about today, and the needs of the children in our community, specifically those that are at Saginaw Elementary. So, Jane Ann, can you just tell us about Kids Hope? What is that?
Kids Hope is being a mentor or a cheerleader for a child that maybe doesn't get a whole lot of attention. It is one child once a week for 1 hour. So you go in and meet with the child and see what's going on in their life, and you're just there to encourage and hopefully build self-esteem.
Okay, so mentoring and relationship building.
Exactly.
Amen. All right, so tell us the differences you've seen in the children that have a Kids Hope mentor. Can you share that with us,
Sure.
Molly?
Definitely, the self-esteem is a big part of it. Just having someone that they know cares about them on a regular basis. It also gives them somebody they can talk to that's not somebody they see every day. Sometimes it's a little easier to open up to somebody who's not staring at you every day. So I tell them that this is a good person to talk to. The biggest difference we see is attendance with these kids has really increased. They want to be there, especially on the days that they know that their mentor's coming. It's built a really good relationship across the board so that they understand it is important that I'm at school and somebody cares that I'm there or not. But seeing the smiles on their faces when their mentor walks in, I absolutely love it. It's just a different kind of excitement for them. A lot of these kiddos don't have necessarily somebody regular in their lives that they're kind of feeding off of and getting that encouragement from. And so this is somebody that really just, shows them the love that they are craving. I obviously have parents at home or grandparents at home, not always a two-parent household. So a lot of that can be difficult for them to kind of navigate. They might be, the oldest in the house, so then they're the one that's in charge. Who's taking care of them?
Right.
Emotionally, if nothing else, just who's checking on them. So that's the big part of Kids Hope.
Yeah, so if you're involved in Kids Hope, you're really making a difference. And if you sense a desire to make a difference in the community, this is a great program to do it in. And it's a great school to partner with. Yeah. So something that you said, though, Molly, that really spoke to me, you were talking about to see the smiles on the children's faces, but also it's like that connection when they see their mentor, right? And I remember I was reading this book, and this is going to sound really boring, but it was about like Christianity and neuroscience. And one of the things that it said in this book was that joy, people experience joy when they recognize that someone else is happy to see them. And how you recognize that someone's genuinely happy to see you is like when you see them smile. Like the brain is really complex, and it can identify when it's an authentic, like real smile, not one that we just, like that, like the one you just did. yeah, like it can tell.
But that can work in reverse too. Being a mentor, this is the third student I've had, and the joy I get from it too.
Yeah.
I think that works in reverse.
Yeah, so they're smiling at you because they're happy to see you. You're happy to see them, and so if you want to experience some joy, this is something that we would encourage you to participate in.
Also wanted to ask Molly, I know that we have currently 6 mentors and 6 prayer partners. Could we use more? Would there be a need for more?
I wouldn't want to say
Saginaw Elementary?
Unfortunately, but yes, we do. We have this need. Definitely I have teachers now that they've kind of seen how the program works and the difference they're seeing in the kiddos. They're like, hey, do we have anybody else available? You know, and so we have a list of kids that, you know, need somebody that has that consistent caring for them. We've seen a lot more transient kids coming through the school, so lots of more moving in and out. It almost seems like the kids are a little bit scared to get connected with somebody because they know that a move is coming. So that it's very difficult. It's difficult to see them just not want to have that bond with somebody. But definitely we need prayer mentors, mentors that come into the school. Definitely could use more. Absolutely.
So I got kind of a follow-up question to that, because I think you said something interesting in the sense that you're seeing more kids that are like transient, right? Do you guys have any idea like what the root cause of that is? Is it housing insecurity or what?
Yeah, it's definitely housing. We have a lot more kids now that are considered homeless that are living with someone else.
Oh my goodness.
So there might be 2 or 3 families living in one home. When something happens within that dynamics, they have to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so it's just very unsteady for them.
One of the things that I'm hearing and I'm connecting with is when we did our 100 community conversations, one of the things that especially people along this corridor here, right outside our church, businesses, the community center, people spoke to the issue of homelessness. And so it makes sense that you will be seeing that in your school because like one of the businesses I talked to, of course they have cameras and things like that and they can just see people even when they're at home, you know, late at night just walking up and down. And also apparently there's an area right up the street where homeless communities kind of congregate. So this is a need that I think a lot of people are unaware of, that there's housing insecurity in our community. And then to take it a step further, then those folks who are homeless are experiencing housing insecurity, meaning that just as you spoke about, they could be living somewhere, but that it's kind of unstable, right? And so those individuals, those adults have children, and those children are being negatively impacted by that circumstance. Yeah.
Ms. Jane Ann, I wanted to know on your perspective of it, because you've been mentor and you work with prayer partners, how does that impact and what have you seen as a need from our community that we could help?
I just see that if we could have even one more mentor that could come in and if one more child gets a little more self-esteem or feels like that somebody cares about their school work or just what's going on in their life or let them kind of tell you their story. I think it's so important. In my own experience with the 3 that I've been with, the first little girl, I had no idea that when she was in 3rd grade she would lose her mother and how important it was that I was someone stable in her life at that particular time. I think the current little student that I have right now, this is the 2nd year with her, and we've really gotten pretty close. And so we both look forward to our once-a-week visits.
Can I share what you've done for her and her family? So this family, they live not with mom and dad. They live with other family members, and all 3 of the kids have needed glasses for quite some time. Well, her child's teacher reached out and said, you know, this is something we're trying to get for her because she really needs glasses. She's having a hard time. And of course, Jane Ann said, I got it. And
I can fix that.
And so I actually helped get them out of the car this morning, and the smile on her face, like she's so excited. It's just those things that I think I would take for granted, just being able to see, you know. So that was a huge blessing for her. So she's super excited about that.
she's experiencing the world differently because she's able to see more of it, and that's
She was
such a
having to
blessing.
get out of her desk and go up to the blackboard to be able to
To
see.
be able to see that far.
Oh
So,
my
Yeah.
goodness. Which we didn't know.
No,
Sure.
right, yeah.
So,
Yeah, definitely something that was. And I will say too, I've had parents of the kiddos that have, when I went out for the permission slip again for the year to say, hey, we're going to continue the program, the parents so excited. They see a difference in their students. And I think that's really neat because it helps bring in the whole family, not just the one kid.
Mhm.
So I think that's really important too, that we are able to connect more to the whole family.
and I think I'd like to comment too about the prayer partners, how important prayer partners are. I know that my student, we have a book that goes back and forth, and if she's always excited to send a note to the prayer partner and just say hi. It's sometimes draw a picture, but one of the other mentors said that when he first met with his student this last week, that the student asked about his prayer partner by name
Wow.
and wanted to know.
That's awesome.
You know,
That's
so I think the more people we've got caring about these children and loving on them, I think it's just all the better.
Yes.
Amen. All right. So, how many children are receiving Go Snacks each week, Gina?
Currently, we're sending out 20 bags a week. So we would like to increase that. So
We definitely have a need. So the go bags, the snack bags that we do, they help our population for the kiddos over the weekend. Usually is kind of how we kind of word it to them so that
Right.
they have food over the weekend. They get food at school. Obviously they get breakfast and lunch. What happens at home is not necessarily, what we get at home.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of helps tide them over.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one thing to understand about our school is that we are more than 60% free or reduced lunch.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of our kids have food insecurities to go
Right.
along with the housing insecurities.
Insecurity. That makes sense too.
Yeah. So there's always, I have a list of kids right now. The teachers are like, I'm really worried. This kid obviously, needs more. I always have snacks in my room and they can come get snacks for me, like for during the day and stuff. But worried about more than that.
Right.
And so snack bags are great. They have really good food. They have fun stuff, but like we might put, I know there's like fruit snacks in there,
Yes.
but I know that y'all have been very careful about getting the ones that are all natural fruit, so that we're not giving them just junk food, food that can be nutritious and kind of help them.
We try to
sustain.
do a soup.
Yes.
That's easy. That's in the little cup. That I know maybe not all of them have a microwave, but they have some way they can heat that up a little bit.
Right.
So we try to have things in there that are nutritious. We would like to be able to increase that if we could even increase the amount of food we're putting in the bag. At present, we've got 9 items that are in there right now. So it'd be nice if we could afford to increase the amount of food that are in each bag.
Yeah.
And we need help assembling these bags, I'm assuming, as well.
Yes. We always encourage anyone to help out, with Kids Hope or Go Snacks. So we're always welcoming
Yeah.
volunteers.
And typically, when would you all get together to assemble those bags?
Right now, we're doing it twice a year. So the last assembly, we did 400 bags.
Oh my goodness.
So we did that. So if we could fund more, and then we would do it more often because we could hand out more bags. But typically, right now, we're doing it twice a year.
Okay.
So twice a school year. So September to May.
That's when you assemble them, but they go home with the children each
Every
week,
week,
every Friday.
every 20 bags each
So
week.
Jane and her husband, they drop off bags at the school. Usually when she comes for her mentor days, they'll drop off bags there and then we send them home. Either on Thursdays or Fridays, depending on, how the weekend goes. Depending on, if we're at school or not.
Okay. So, what we've spoken about, some of the kids being housing insecure, food insecure. What other needs does Saginaw Elementary have that maybe our church could help with?
I think there's a couple of things it kind of goes with something that the kids need. Clothing and shoes is always a concern. We tend to get a lot of donations for littles, but there's a lot of our kids that are what we call our bigs, our 3rd through 5th graders, that kind of get skipped over, that they need just shoes to wear. You know, they might have one pair of shoes, and now that winter's coming on, that one pair of shoes might be a pair of Crocs or something that's not, you know, weather appropriate. Big kids still have accidents, you know, and so having something that they can change into if they were to have an accident that doesn't become something that's, you know, embarrassing to their friends. Try to be real discreet about that kind of stuff. That's definitely something that we could always use that for. And I think that just being involved, it doesn't have to be an every week. I know that Kids Hope is a big commitment. That's a weekly event. But we can take volunteers all the time. Right now we're running, our librarians doing a book fair. But having people to come in and help with that, it's really hard to do by yourself, obviously, you know, to help kids with books and check out. But we always have opportunities just to come and kind of help out with the kids. We also do a Watchdogs program, which is where the dads are coming in. Right now we have like 6 dads that come in, usually once every other week or so, just to be another face on campus that says, hey, I care about you. So we can always we always have things going on where we could use an extra set of hands. So that definitely would be a good place to start too.
Okay. So is there anything else you guys like to share with us about Saginaw Elementary, about Kids Hope?
Come and join us.
All right. Yeah. Come and join us.
Amen.
Again, thank you for the work that you all are doing. Indeed, it is a calling, and we want to celebrate how you have put your resources and your gifts to work to positively impact the lives of these children. All right. Hey, so for those of you who are trying to discern what God is calling you to do next, this could be a great opportunity to make a positive impact on the life of a child. And so Jane Ann's always at 11 o'clock worship service, so you can see her. You can talk to Nancy White. There's information on our church website as well about Kids Hope, and this is a great opportunity. God bless you, and look forward to seeing you guys on our next podcast. Bye.